In the animal world, the most important, the most primitive, the most fundamental instinct is fear. Without fear, there is no warning, nor any flight. Without fear, there's no strategy of defense. Live and survive. That is the law of nature. Genes program animals to perpetuate their species, to avoid death on the savannah in the face of danger, in the face of the unknown. Fear can mean survival. Rwanda, the land of the thousand hills. In the west, Akagera National Park covers large expanses of savanna, forests and lakes. Here, there are no natural predators, at least not yet. And zebras roam in peaceful indifference. Sasabe antelopes, also known as topis, live on the plains. The males sense the coming breeding season. The females do not fear their eagerness. A male impala inhales the odor, full of pheromones, through which he recognizes the available females. In the trees where the baboons loll, on the prairies, where the zebras and the wildebeest frolic. By the banks of the lakes, where the hippos reign. In every direction, nothing whatsoever troubles the tranquility of the Akagera National Park. But lions are soon to be introduced into the park. Without predators, the herbivores here have proliferated, and the competition for food risks desertifying the savanna and prairies. The lions, imported from South Africa, have traveled more than 2,500 kilometers to reach the park. When they awake, the lions discover a new territory to conquer. It will be the first time in several dozen years that lions have been seen at Akagera. The giraffes are the first to understand that something in the olfactory landscape of the plain has changed. They recognize an odor that they have never smelt before. For the moment, nothing else attracts their attention except this musky scent, a smell which they do not yet recognize as a signal of danger. In order to repopulate the national park with predators, great care has been taken to choose an experienced female. She is 11 years old. Under a tree, her son recuperates from the general anesthetic with 2 other lionesses. 17 lions have been reintroduced into Akagera. There will be a before and an after. Spotted hyenas are content to feed on the carcasses of animals that have died because they were weak, ill, or old. Hyenas are predominantly scavengers. Here at Akagera, the disproportion between the number of herbivores and that of predators is such that, in the absence of lions, the hyenas merely have to feed on dead animals. Here it's not necessary for them to attack living prey as they would normally do elsewhere. Impalas and scavengers mingle in total indifference, each living their lives in peaceful coexistence. At times, the hunter becomes the hunted. This tranquility, this relaxed lifestyle, will soon be but a memory. The lions wake up and discover their new territory. In order to survive, herbivores have certain adaptations that allow them to detect danger at a distance. Some adaptations are morphological, such as extremely mobile ears, or eyes placed on both sides of the head in order to enlarge their field of vision. For topis, this is not enough. Standing sentry on top of a heap of soil, a topi carefully watches the horizon. An individual serves as a sentinel. In case of danger, its raucous cry warns the other herbivores. When night falls, these large antelopes huddle tightly together for additional protection. The lions are still far away, but against an enemy that will soon be there, fear is the best defense. But it is essential to know what to be afraid of and why. A young rhinoceros, whose horn has only just started to grow, spends its days close to its mother. For the youngster, each new encounter is a new lesson. Its mother treats the hyenas with indifference. But the youngster is intrigued. It examines these creatures carefully, but it's unaware that they can be dangerous. Fear is born just as much from instinct as from learning. The scavengers boldly defy the rhinoceros, but without going so far as to attack. The hyena's cry finally frightens the rhino away. From now on, the young rhino will associate this cry with the hyena's smell. From now on, their cry and their odor will trigger the instinct of fear and provoke flight. The wildebeest are the foot soldiers of the savannah. They follow the seasonal cycle of the grasslands. The autumn is short and the grass rich in protein. The wildebeest must then migrate and find nourishment elsewhere, to a spot that has been spared on the drying savannah, thus following an immense and unending cycle of migration. Unlike the other herbivores at Akagira, the wildebeest have already confronted predators. The zebras, however, are still unaware of these dangers, dangers that watch them from the banks of the watering holes. An odor signals the danger. Immediately, an alarm cry ensues. That is the strength of the chosen victims. In the case of doubt, fear paralyzes thought and triggers either combativity or flight. The long journey that the Akagera lions have made has deprived them of any points of reference. They still hunt half-heartedly, but fear has already put the herbivores to flight. An elephant lies dead. Vultures gather around the carcass. They are common African vultures, or gyps. They compete for every last scrap of fat, skin, and tendon. But the vultures are not the only ones to appreciate this meal. The hyenas feel that they have the right to a free meal as well. So a battle of intimidation begins. It's a question of who frightens who. Scientists at Akagera have observed that the arrival of the lions has increased the hyenas' aggressivity. The scavengers have deserted the areas where the lions live and are now more aggressive than before. When finally satiated, the hyenas abandon the carcass and leave it to the vultures. A marabou stork has come to join in. Its technique is very crude. Outnumbered by the ferocious vultures, it's content to snatch a few scraps of meat from here and there. The marabou stork is a second-rate thief.
Forget the zebra. These wildebeest are just the ticket. She makes sure everyone's in place. Years of hunting as a team means they each know exactly what's expected. She hasn't the speed of a cheetah, nor the forest cover of a leopard. So the closer, the quieter, the better chance of success. It's a miss for her. her sister. The wildebeest will feed the whole family for a day.